One of the biggest mistakes I've realized that many people make is that they sit down with people who are able to share wisdom nuggets with them that will radicalize their life for the good, but they fail to take advantage of it simply because they're not able to discern the people that they're sitting with. The scripture says it clearly, Proverbs 13:20. It says, "He that sits with the wise will be wise." You see, for me, quite recently, I was privileged to sit down with my mentor, a mentor of mine, and I was asking to probe his mind. What were those things that you were able to do in the early years of building your business that was able to change your life? And he told me one interesting story, and the story was simply this. He sat down with someone who was influential in his life at the time, and the person just simply told him, said, "I've observed how you do business, and sad to say that you work hard but you don't work smart." He said that singular statement changed his life, that he locked himself in his office one day, and for hours he just kept on pondering on that statement. You work hard but you don't work smart. You work hard but you don't work smart. And by that singular instant, he was able to devise a solution that helped him to work smart and not just working hard. And what is that thing? The ability to practice solitude. You see, solitude is the ability to sit within yourself in a quiet place, no noise, no distractions, and you're able to internalize, reflect on the current challenge at hand in order to bring out a solution. And this is the mystery of solitude. The secret or the answer to the questions in your life is deeply seated within you. But except you're able to sit down within yourself in a quiet place, you won't be able to excavate the solutions. As a matter of fact, Bill Gates is said that twice a year, he's able to have what he calls his Think Week, where he goes away twice a year for 2 weeks to reflect on how he was able to revolutionize the world through innovation. And we see that happen in how he built Microsoft. Warren Buffett, on the other hand, is said that every single day he makes out time to do two things: to read and to think. And so you realize that except you are able to practice this, you realize that the future, it has nothing to offer you. For as a matter of fact, I've come to realize that the future is only for those who are able to think. Bishop David Oyedepo, someone who largely has influenced my life, was interviewed by CNN at some point in time, and they asked him, "So what do you do with your time?" And he said, "I do two things. I read and I think." And so that brings me to the conclusion that every global leader, anyone who is going to be influential, has or creates a time wherein they are able to give time to think about the challenge at hand and to be able to bring about a solution. Funny enough, in the course of my research for this, I came in contact with a quote by Blaise Pascal, and he said that many of humanity's problems is simply their inability to sit in a quiet room alone. Therefore, you realize that solitude is a practice of everyone who wants to make a meaning of their life. And so for this week, what is the beauty, or what are the benefits, or what does it have to offer by practicing solitude? I'll leave you with three things. Number one is the clarity of thought. You see, many a times we are distracted by the notifications on our phone, on our iPads, or even text messages or emails that we have to respond to. And so for that reason, we are not able to actually sit down quietly to reflect on the things that we want to accomplish, to be able to be clear on how we can accomplish them. I remember watching a podcast at some point, and the leader said that between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. are the times where he makes the most important decisions of his day. Why? Because he's able to be clear on what he wants to accomplish on that day. Number two is self-awareness, the ability to reflect. Because by virtue of reflecting, you identify your weaknesses, you establish your strengths, and therefore you are able to delegate your weaknesses and focus on your strengths. And finally, is the ability to be able to think clearly and to make accurate decisions. You see, because many a times we are crippled by the analysis by paralysis, and for that reason we keep holding back to take quick decisions. But by virtue of being able to practice solitude, we're able to reflect on whatever challenge we're going through, we're able to identify the possible solutions, and then take active steps to bringing about the desired result. And so for you, all I'm trying to encourage you this week is to create time to practice solitude, and I guarantee you, you would notice a remarkable change in your life. But until next time, keep being the best of you, and God bless you.